Welcome to Toy Photography. My name is Patrick, and today we're going behind the scenes of an image that we created with Ahsoka 414 from the Star Wars Funko line. So what we did here was utilize this character in this particular costume because she's also in a scene and wearing similar to this in Tales of the Jedi. So we don't have the Inquisitor that she fought, so what we did is we had a little stand-in here and we used Kylo Ren. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the number of this guy. But what we did, we utilized that one from the back and everything. We weren't going to see anything. Now again, you're probably saying, but he's got his lightsaber. It's the crossblade lightsaber. Absolutely. You'll see in a little bit what we're going to do about that. So let's start with, so we kind of got an idea of what characters we're going to use, what Funko Pops we're going to use to sell that scene. Then we had to build the scene from Tales of the Jedi. You know that scene that's very epic at the end of the one with Ahsoka and the working on the farm and everything like that. So when you see the end, the whole village is on fire and this Inquisitor and her do this total awesome fight, and she had no lightsaber whatsoever, no weapon of any kind, and defeats him like hands down quickly. So creating that scene is we grabbed an image on our virtual volume for our backdrop here on our monitor, which is an Adobe stock image of a village burning and stuff like that. Knew it was going to be perfect for what we were doing here, and the illustration was just really great to use. I knew with the slightly out of focus it was going to be perfect to capture what we needed for this scene. Then what we did is we built our lighting. So our lighting is my typical, which I utilize a lot, as you've probably seen. If not, you're going to learn about it today. I usually use a 5-light setup using my Loom Cubes. Typically is my little recipe I've been kind of using that really works really nicely. But we added a little additional light here. So I wanted to just start off with some main lights, and I had this this other light here, just kind of sitting in the very, very background, kind of skimming across from the back to add a little bit of light, just to give it some more separation. I thought it was a little too dark coming from that one side, so I wanted just a little more fill. And we added this, instead of using it just as a hair light, I kind of wanted it to kind of be brought out in front as that main light. And I thought by bringing it out right out in front of her, we'd be able to use it to light her eyes and stuff like that. And so we'll use that more as our key and main light here for this. Our second light we added was a separation rim light here that we used a Loom Cube with some barn doors and some warming and red gels. Start background there. So what we did is we have that aiming coming right across here, really helping sell that situational lighting that Ahsoka and this Inquisitor are surrounded by a burning village, and it's about to go down. My third Loom Cube, I added a red gel and a snoot. I really want to keep that concentrated to really sell the effect of the lightsaber. Now, knowing that I have Kylo Ren's crossblade here, but we were going to be using a double-bladed lightsaber, I wanted to add this light to actually not just come across the bottom or even in the front, but also from the back, so I can get a little bit on his hood and a lot across his cape. There's going to be a double blade that comes back, behind him. So I want to be conscious of that. I added another Loom Cube behind this little piece of foam here. We had this here, again, it's got a snoot and a warming gel, concentrating that to light the side. It cuts down from a lot of that white light here, and I just want to add a little soft light coming from behind. Again, everything's on fire, but once I've highlights up, I didn't want to have it all orange and totally warmed down. So it needs to, kind of split the difference there. So that's just a lighter warming gel. Again, it breaks up the white light here that we're getting for this rim lights and separation. And then you might ask, well, why do you have this light here or this foam piece here? Because I added this other light up here just as a little more fill to pop. And when adding that, it was obviously that light was casting more light back onto my virtual volume, and I didn't want that. And I really want to card it down also from hitting too much of the other lighting situations I had. So I kind of carded that up, kind of brought that in here, turned that light on, had that just kind of come in a lot lower. Again, just a little more fill, just a little pop is all I was really looking for. Now, once I got all this image set up and situated, what I then did is, again, we knew we had that lightsaber issue because this Inquisitor had a double-bladed type of Inquisitor style. So I ended up using my fifth brother and photographed him with his lightsaber in place. So basically I just swapped them in, boom, and when I did that, I was then able to get all that lighting that I had planned on, right? So that's now hitting that lightsaber and everything. So again, I gave it that same situational lighting, so when I was able to Photoshop that out, it really sold that entire scene and it looked perfect for that. So other than the lightsaber, swapping that out, another thing I did in Photoshop is I obviously played with levels, my hue, saturation, things like that, just to tweak it a little bit more, make it a little more moodier. I like things with a little more contrast. Then I added that other layer of the, like I might have mentioned earlier, we have another stock image that we had gotten from Photoshop, and I used that layer over top of the foreground there, so you see that the flames really are coming even over the characters and engulfing them, very much like that scene. So again, that is all the different pieces we end up putting together to create this awesome image of Ahsoka from Tales of the Jedi. Oh, one other thing. You'll notice here she has a little thing in her hand. We photoshopped that out and basically give her kind of like a matching glove or whatnot on the other side that matched her leather piece of her wristband or whatnot. But other than that, that's how we created this awesome image from Tales of the Jedi with our Ahsoka Funko Pop and Darth Maul, but he's our Inquisitor for this case. So anyway, if you enjoyed this kind of content, please hit the like, definitely hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss another episode. Until then, may the Force be with you.